Hello. Welcome to my channel, TV-DICTION, where we talk all about my latest TV obsessions. We're back again with the Zatima Rewatch to see if all the episodes are still giving what they gave as the first time I watched them. The goal is to finish the rewatch before the October 3rd premiere of Season 3. We're actually in the home stretch with Season 1, so let's get the rewatch begin for episodes 7 and 8. And y'all, I had to brace myself for these two episodes because I did not want to see that argument again. Anywho, the episode picks up with Fatima staring at the picture of Zach and Deja and her deciding to go pack a bag and go stay with Angela for the night. We then see Angela calling Bryce to see about Zach and update him about what has happened. Zach happens to wake up while still on the drive back to the condo, and Bryce informs him that Belinda was at the party and sent Fatima a picture of Deja dancing on Zach. Zach and Bryce happens to pull up to the condo as Fatima is putting her bag in the car. A drunken Zach starts off with saying, "Oh, I hope you left your key." And he hit Fatima with the line, "Oh, what? You're going to get in the car that I bought you and drive off?" Where Fatima rebuttals with, "What, you think I can get two of these with just one phone call?" And everything goes left after that. This scene was so intense and so realistic, man. I felt like I was watching my neighbors arguing through the blinds, like down to the friends trying to calm the situation down, Bryce and Angela, to the last FU that Fatima utters before slamming the car and driving off. This scene is still hard to watch like it was hard to watch the first time, and I think that's because this is the first time we've seen Zach and Fatima in such a volatile argument before, because we've seen them, of course, have disagreements and arguments here and there in the Sisterverse, but nothing that showcased such conviction and passion from the two of them ever. Like, Crystal and DeVal were for sure in their acting bag with this scene because it was so convincing that they were a real couple getting into a large argument outside disturbing the neighbor's peace. I agree with Fatima when she said to Zach, what it does mean is anytime you get mad at me, the first thing you're going to do is go out and F a chick. Because this is literally true. Zach's problems have been the cause of strife in their relationship since the inception of the relationship. And she still stuck to him and gave him grace. But the minute she made a mistake, he was ready to throw it down the drain and risk it all. Honestly, both parties were wrong in this situation. Fatima should have told Zach about the meeting with Ian off rip. And Zach should have extended more grace and time for her to process her feelings and tell him before he acted off of his emotions. Fatima and Angela then retreats back to Angela's place. Angela did earn some brownie points from me for being there for Fatima during this time. But back at the condo, a drunken Zach proceeds to drink some more as Bryce tries to talk him off this ledge. And Bryce being a helping hand for Zach during this moment is when he turned the bromance weird, and I really hate that for them. The scene with Angela and Bryce in the kitchen will forever be funny to me now after seeing that live that Nzinga held after this episode premiere. And she was like, to perform that scene, the sex coordinator on set was like, "Oh, you have to spell out the alphabet for it to be believable." And she was like, she was really acting it out, doing the whole letters only for it not to be shown. Will forever have me crying, okay? I will never see that scene as nothing but funny anymore. The next morning comes, Zach clearly regretting the events of the previous nights, only to be received with more bad news as Bryce walks in with the signed lease from Deja. Belinda keeps saying that she wants her friendship back with Fatima, but her actions steady saying something different, because how she walks into Angela's house and start talking mess about Fatima, then get mad at Fatima for going off, and then she doubles down on Zach and talking about how he ain't shit, and, Fatima letting him get in between their friendship. It's really the lack of accountability for me. This scene was another missed opportunity for Fatima to smack the black off of Belinda. Anyways, Jeremiah pops up at the condo again, of course, on some BS and coming to ask Zach for some money. We can clearly see why Zach keeps his distance from his family, that toxic family relationship can really be draining to someone. And we knew our good sis Fatima really wasn't leaving Zach, but she is way better than me, because if I would have pulled up and saw the woman who was just in the picture backing it up on my man moving in right next door to in his condo, baby, I would have lost it on him, then proceeded to walk out the door and not look back. Now let's get into episode 8. Deja really tried it, okay? Asking Fatima, wait, are you a fan? Girl, not the disrespect already. Zach and Fatima continued to hash out the events of the night before and what led them to this point. Zach, of course, was pleading his case and trying to get Fatima to talk to him and give him a chance and not pack her bags. I really don't understand Nathan's distaste for Fatima. During the boxing ring scene and from the initial meeting, like, he's clearly projecting his unhappy married life onto Zach. Who said Zach is looking for an out of the relationship? But because he's refusing to be a man and be upfront with his own wife about the fact that he's unhappy, he's over here getting in the way of Zach's happiness under the guise of he's just trying to protect him. But this is why you have to be selective of who you tell your business to, because although they are your friends, you never know their intentions or how it could land on them and how they would react to it, to what you're telling them, and then they may lead you astray to what you actually want to do. Fatima finally agrees to go to dinner with Zach, and as she's talking to Angela, I actually agree with Angela again when Angela says to her, relationships shouldn't be all of this drama. For this to be their first year in the relationship, Zach and Fatima has gone through a large amount of continuous drama, and I agree, it really shouldn't have been that hard, especially in the beginning like this. At the office, Zach tries to talk business to Bryce, but he proceeds to ask Zach if he's bisexual and proceeds to bring up the events of last night and Zach saying he would marry him. This conversation should have been the end of this, as Zach sets the record straight. Bryce should have never, one, brought the topic up again, and two, tried what he tried, because Zach has made it clear of his sexual preference. Deja continues to try it and flirt and come on to Zach despite him turning down her advances every chance he gets. Till this day, for the life of me, I can't understand why Fatima got Ian to come down to the restaurant. Like, I get it, but then again, I don't. Like, I get she was trying to drive the point that when she's gone, she's gone. But I don't think Ian needed to be there to drive that point home. Like, Zach would have got the picture. And I actually hate how that trailer for when Zatima first premiere had us thinking that Zach and Fatima were about to break up during the dinner scene. Especially when they kept on showing us that scene, the brief clip where Fatima is saying, this will be the right time to pull out if you wanted to. But this scene was like the complete opposite, and I'm actually glad that it ended the way it did with that proposal and not a breakup. Anyways, down in the comments, let me know what were your thoughts and your first reactions on the episode the first time you watch it or as you're doing the rewatch. Until next time, thank you for watching.